Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Another video, another day. Probably gonna be a shorter stream here. Hang on one second. I'm sorry, my bad. I had to respond to a text here. Yeah, gonna be a short video. I gotta sell my computer today, so meeting up with this dude, my old computer. I'm sorry, I had to respond to a text here. So yeah, gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream, but we're gonna take a look at the problem of the day, I think, and then maybe some more, depending on the time. But I'm gonna show off kind of what I worked on my project today. Kind of wish I had more time today, but you know, definitely frustrating. Soup servings. Let's take a look. God, this looks. You have two soups A and B, starting with N ml on every turn. One of the following 4 serving operations is chosen at random, each with probability 0.25, independent of all previous turns. Pour 100 milliliters of type A and 0 milliliters from type B. Okay. There's no operation that pours 0 millimeters from A, 100 millimeters from B. The amounts of A and B are poured simultaneously during the turn. So weird problem. Seems like more of a probability problem. I think I'm gonna skip this for today because I don't have a lot of time. Maybe we can take a look at something here in the study plan here. Maybe a graph theory problem. Sorry, I had to respond to another text. Jeez. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look at a graph theory problem. I don't know. Union find DSU. Word ladder. Fuck me. Been doing one of these in C++ would definitely be tough. Counts merged. Oh man, I haven't DSU. What is DSU? Disjoint set union. Okay. What to do? I'm not sure what problems to do. Kind of thought about yesterday doing a jump game 2. Number of islands. Dynamic programming. Maximum depth of binary tree. Damn, man. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe we can take a look at a problem that we take a look at generate parentheses. Something we which is a backtracking problem, I believe. Dynamic programming, backtracking, whatever. When was the last time I solved this? October 23rd. Do the subsets problem, but using the bit shift solution. Do the subsets problem with the bit shift solution. Okay. That's a good one. That is a good one. I did want to do a backtracking problem. We can do that. Let's take a look at it. I guess we can think about the subsets problem and do both, because I guess it is a backtracking problem too, right? Backtracking and bit manipulation. Okay, so we're giving array nums of unique elements. Let's grab this here. Hang on. Change the color here. Let's do a green. Hang on, I'm gonna put my phone on charge really quick. My phone's gonna die. I'm gonna need it later, so. Alright, we're gonna take a look at this problem here. We're gonna do a. Oh, jeez, my back, dude. We're gonna take a look at the bit shift solution, and then we're gonna do the backtracking solution. But I'm gonna, depending on time, we're gonna try in C++. Do an A recursive solution, because I know it's probably definitely a lot different. So, yeah. Anyway, okay, let's take a look here. So we're generating subsets, right? So, selection of elements possibly. So, yeah, every possible subset of the current array. Now to do it using bit shift, to be honest, I don't even remember a single thing from when I did it with Ethan. So this is gonna be kind of interesting. To be honest, I'm not even too sure where to begin. At least to begin, probably gonna need a vector, right? I guess we can call this res, right? It's tough for me to even remember the syntax for a vector, dude. C++. That's syntax. Oh shit, I got it right. Okay. There you go. Okay. We have our res here. What would we want to do? Well, we probably want to loop over our current nums, right? But what do we want to do with the nums? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure where to begin for this bit manipulation solution. I don't exactly remember at all how we did it. There's my peanut brain for you. So, let's try and get some. Let's take a look at some hints here. Take a look here. Is one of the cleanest, most efficient solutions. Total number of subsets. For set size n, how many subsets are there to the n? Binary representation. Each subset can be represented as a binary number with n bits. I'm doing the same shift the past month. Good luck on your journey. Just don't stay on tutorial hell, G. Yeah, dude. Thank you, bro. No worries, dude. No tutorial hell for me right now, bro. Earned a sub. Admire the hustle. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, Chris Lowe, dude. Thank you for that. Appreciate the love, bro. Is it telling me the solution? No, it's not. Okay, so binary representation. Each subset can be represented as a binary number with n bits. Each subset. Okay. A 1 in the ith position means the ith element is included in the subset. Loop over all combinations. Loop through the numbers 0 to 2n minus 1. How many projects you got going so far, gang? Dude, a bunch. I don't know. This was an internship project that I did. This is the outer loop. Okay, Ethan, I'll take a look in a second. Oh shit, dude, someone followed me on GitHub, dude. Let's go. Oh, Ryan, dude. Appreciate the, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Anyway, to answer your question, Chris, this is an internship project I did. So I've got this. I'm working on a game in C++ right here. And I've been working on this thing called Rate My Frat. Pretty much like a platform where it's kind of like, if you ever heard of like Rate My Professor or like Rate My Dorm, but like pretty much a similar thing for like fraternities across the country. So, yeah, I was in a fraternity in college, so, you know, just a platform where students can come and, you know, make comments on fraternities and stuff like that. You know, I've got the authentication set up. I've got, using Firebase and React, so, you know, just some basic stuff. Got it doing pretty well. It's all kind of set up nice. I'm working on yesterday on stream, I was working on the add school functionality, or it's like a form for adding a school, so that's what I got right now. I was chopping up my resume earlier today. I guess I can show it on stream. This is my resume so far. So, well, not so far, I guess what it is. So, yeah, so keep it up. Trying to get like you. I have a GitHub as well. What's your shit? I'll add you. My shit. My account is Max Polipovich, dude. Yeah, just Max Polipovich. That's my stuff. And then, yeah, this is my resume, dude. So, yeah. Been working on it, so, yeah. Probably not fully done yet, but I was working on it for about 2 hours today, so. Yeah, bro. Oh, my back, dude. Oh, my gosh, dude. That's so bad. Anyway, back to this problem here. This is the outer loop for size T mask 0 mask bit shift by n plus mask. Ah, man, it's so tough to think about this. Dang, bro, you have a degree. I don't have one, sadly. You didn't learn in college or a different major? Dude, honestly, bro, you don't. Not to hate on college degrees or anything, but they're great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they teach you, you know, fundamentals and stuff. But really, like, a college degree doesn't really teach you how to code. So, you know, I feel like if you want to learn how to code, you got to do it yourself. So, I guess you get the fundamentals and stuff, but really, like, if you really want to learn, like, you really got to learn yourself and, like, be passionate about it. So, but yes, I did go to college, dude. I'm also a grad student as well. So, yeah, bro. Teaching assistant for the university. CS degrees aren't useful. There you go, dude. Yes, sir. Trying to think about here how to solve this using a subset. Do they help with getting a job? Yeah, they do. Not sure, dude. What's up, man? I love seeing you every day, bro. Thanks for coming back every day, bro. You're a day one fan, dude. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. But yeah, do they help with getting a job? Yeah, I would say so. Like, you know, I feel like it's definitely hard nowadays to like land a job without a degree, but you know, I don't think it's like completely useless, a CS degree. I just think that, like, you know, you learn a lot of theory. Yeah, there you go. That's what Ethan said. That's a better way to say it. To get past certain hiring filters. Yeah. I don't know. I do think college helps in many other ways though. I do think college can help. Like, one thing that I did get much better at in college was I got a lot better at like talking. You know, I know this sounds really stupid because you pay to go to college to learn, right? And you know, I did learn stuff, and I'm not saying I didn't learn anything. But one thing that really helped me was like getting out of my shell, like as a person. You know, coming out of high school, like I was very, you know, shy and you know, nerdy and shit like that. But you know, once I graduated high school and I went out to college, like, you know, and I met people, you know, talking to people around campus, girls, guys, whatever, fucking, you know, it just helped a lot, like, you know, my ability to talk, and then being like, you know, in a fraternity too, and you know, playing tennis at the school like helped a lot. So so I shouldn't go to a university. Got you. No, I mean, I don't know, dude. You get stuff out of it. The networking is good. That's kind of what I'm fucking yabbering on about. But networking is good. Like, but if you want to learn how to code, Chris, dude, you got to learn on your own, dude. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, bet. I'm currently going to community college for cybersecurity and just got coding on my own. I added UG, and yeah, man, I keep hearing about that computer science shit. All right, thanks, man. Yeah. I don't know. I just recommend going to college is good. If you're able to self-motivate, you can learn anything by yourself these days. There you go, dude. Right on, dude. That is true. Thanks for following, Chris. Appreciate your you subscribing and everything. But anyway, let's continue with this problem. So the ith position means the ith element is included in the subset. So nums A, B, C, binary. The ith element. So what? This is 3, right? So it would be let's oh, this is 5. Okay. Hell yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing projects, but I did tutorials first, at least 2 or 3 hours a day. Yeah, dude, you gotta start with something, bro. So, yeah, dude. Whatever helps you learn, dude. So, loop through the numbers. For each number, build the corresponding subset. So we have our mask here. Our mask is less than 1 bit shift left by n. What is n in this case? Is n this plus mask? Practice, man. I need to try running through this by hand. Mask is 0. Mask 1. Mask 2. Help solidify the logic. Is this the fucking code that he just gave me here? Or 1 bit shift n is 2 to the power of n. I'm gonna let you go though. Keep it up and lock in. I expect good progress by the end of the year, G. Thank you, Chris, dude. Appreciate it, bro. Which is how many subsets are in any given set, and is the length of the set. Okay. 1 bit shifts left. Okay. Okay. Array 1. Odds are mask is less than 1 bit shift. So 2 to the power of n. Read the amount of subsets, right? Move through the numbers from 0 to 2n minus 1. For each number, build the corresponding subset. Then we go for I is less than n. That is a full code. I wouldn't look at that if you wanted to figure it out. Yeah, that's interesting because I just told her to give me some hints. I literally told her to give me some hints and fucking gave me all the code, bro. What the fuck? Interesting. Hey, let me call you on Discord, Ethan, bro. Hello? Fuck, dude, my headset's not on. 1 second. Okay. Hello?
Yo.
Yo, what's up, dude? Temperovich, where are you from, dude? Some guys chirping you, bro.
I'm a first generation American, bro. My last name is Polish. But my dad was adopted, so I'm Dutch and Italian.
You help me. I was thinking you can make a for loop I that goes from 1 to the size of the list and then convert them to binary, and then 1 means you take it and 0 means you don't consider it. Hang on. Help me think about this, bro. I find this really tough to think about, like the intuition behind it. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me. What the fuck is going on here? Hence getting all the combinations. Yeah, I really only solved this problem backtracking, bro. So I was learning bit manipulation last week, kind of from scratch. So I have a better understanding, but I feel like to do a problem like this is tough. So anyway, you talking anything? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was waiting. Here, let me actually get rid of this real quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna take like some example here. So 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say that we have 1, 2, 3. Well, as you can see from this output, like all the subsets are the empty one, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So the way that you can do this, like before getting into anything complicated, right? We can just take a binary number. So I'm just gonna do like this to begin with. Okay. So this is 0 in binary, right?
Yeah.
So this would represent the empty subset. Okay. Because imagine if a bit is set, then that would correspond to the index plus 1, essentially.
Okay.
Okay. So if you had the binary number like this, then that would be targeting like this first number here. Right?
Yeah.
So we have the empty subset, and then this number is our mask. Okay, like the outer loop.
Yeah.
So when we increase it, it's going to now look like this, and then that's going to target this number here. So then we would get the 1.
Right. So the binary number is the index. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, it's the index plus 1 essentially, because this is 1 and this is index 0. So
right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Some guy says, "What college major do you have?" Computer science, dude. I studied computer science in college. Anyway, sorry. You can continue.
So then, whenever we have the second bit set, then that's going to give us the second number in the subset. So 2.
Yeah.
Right. And then next we would have 0, 0, 1, 1, and this is the first index and the second index, right?
Okay.
So that'd give us like this.
Okay.
And then we'd go on. You know, I'm sure that you get it at this point, but just to be exhaustive, I'll do one more example. So then this would just give us 3.
Okay.
And if you look, empty 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, you can see empty 1 2 1 2 3. That's like the first numbers that we have here. So
Yeah.
it can be returned in any order, but this is like the order that they're returning it in. So ultimately, like you'd have in being equal to num's size because that's the overall size,
Yeah.
and then you'd need some way to return your answer here. So you'd have your result type being a vector of vectors,
Yeah.
and then you'd go mask is less than, and then this is where you would do the amount of subsets, right? So the amount of subsets is 2 to the power of n,
Yeah.
aka 1 shifted over n times.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's,
That's like,
yeah, I understand that. Okay. Yeah.
okay. And then you'd increase your mask. So then this is going to be our binary number here.
Yeah.
This is the mask. All right. And then now, right, you would need your vector of ints here, because now we're going to build the subset for this iteration.
Yeah.
So then what you do now is you have to go over all of the numbers in the subset. So, or not in the subset, but in the total set. And then what you do, here's like the quote unquote trick, right? You say if, because again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to see which bits are set, right, for which indice in the set. So we would say if mask shifted over by I does not equal 0, or and 1 does not equal 0, right? And that's implicit in C++, but you could just say does not equal 0, right? And what is this actually doing, right? Because you were learning about this the other day.
Yeah.
But like when you really think about it, right? Like what is this doing? Like I'll explain it, but can you? Yeah.
So mask shifted to the right by I, and 1. So I assume the and 1's probably checking like if the number that we're looking at if the bit that we're looking at is 1. Would that is that and 1 part or no?
So and 1 would be like this. So for example, it'd be like
hang
it's
on,
binary.
Hang on, some guys said the stream's blurry. Hang on 1 second. Can I turn up the? How do you turn it up in Discord? Voice and video settings. Can you turn up the? Oh shit! I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's Discord. I think that's why. And this guy says, any advice you would give a freshman CS major? I would just say to make some projects, dude. Make code in your own time and have fun with it. Stream is blurry. Yeah, it's probably just the
If you right click on my share screen, you can set the resolution.
Oh shit! Really? Oh. Stream volume. Automatically reduce stream volume when people are talking.
Stream quality.
I don't see stream quality, dude.
Oh shit! That might be because I'm in Discord Nitro.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Nitro. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, she's streaming in 4K and 60 FPS. Yeah, I don't pay for that stuff. So. Anyway, okay.
Okay. So what and 1 is doing is it's checking, hey, is the first bit set? Is the least significant bit set?
Oh,
that is what
yeah,
and 1 is doing.
Yeah. Right.
So we know that, right? So like if I wanted to be more explicit about things, then I could do something like this. Right? Like it's just ending by binary 1.
Yeah.
Essentially. So but then like what is this doing? This is like the quote, like the weird part, I guess. And like the best way you could do it in your head is like run some examples, right? So what happens whenever mask is 0 and I is 0?
It wouldn't do anything. It's 0.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, because then that would look like this, right?
Yeah.
So this number is never going to evaluate to true for this number, right? Because the first bit will never be set. Like no bits are set for 0.
Yeah.
So that's how we get the empty subset.
Okay. Yeah.
So now, right, what happens whenever, okay, so we got past that iteration, we added the empty subset.
Yeah.
What happens whenever mask is 1?
And what, I is what, 0, or we'll look at the 0th
Yeah,
element?
so yeah, just run this loop through your head. So like the first iteration, I is 0 and mask is 1. So we're shifting 1 over 0 times.
Yeah, so it'll stay the same.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So then if we had it as 1, then we would move the what, our mask is 1, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, mask is 1.
Our mask is 1, and we move it to the right by 1, so what, that would go to 0 as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then that would be 0 for every other number but like the 0th index, essentially, right? So then we'd only add the 0th index number. Okay. And then what happens whenever mask is 2?
So if mask is 2, I is equal to 0, we wouldn't move it all, so we would just stay
so
at 2.
It would look like this, right? Or it would look like this.
Yeah.
Right.
It would just stay
so
at
then,
2.
Yeah. And then what happens whenever I is 1?
So if it's 1, then it would just be 1, right?
Right. It would shift over like this, and then that would pass our statement. So then we would get the second element.
Okay, right. But if it's just curious in this case here, if I was 3, right, it would still be 0, right? Or like, does it matter about that like out of range thing, or it'd still be 0?
No, like yeah, if you shift like so at this point, right? So I goes to 3 and we shift over, it would just truncate to 0.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. So then whenever our mask is 3, right? Whenever I is 0, we would get the first bit, and that would be true. So we'd add our first element of the array, and then we'd shift over like this, and then we'd get our second element. And then we shift over, and then that's it.
And the what about one if we were to build an array with maybe one that's like 1, 2, or one with 2 elements in the array?
One with 2 elements in the array. So like 2 elements in nums?
No, 2 elements in the current iteration that we're looking at. So like 1 and 2. I know it would probably be the same thing, but like if we had our
that would be 3.
Yeah, okay, our mask is 3, right?
Yeah.
And we start at 0, then we'd stay the same, and because we end it with 1, then we would add 2,
the
right?
0th element.
The 0th element being, okay, the 0th element, so we would add 1.
Right.
And then
our input array is 1, 2, 3.
Right, and then if we move bit shift 1 to the right, then we would have 1 that would still be like that. Yeah, that would still become true. So what? We would also.
So then we'd add the second element, 2.
Second element 2. And how does that?
So
how is that 2 again here? That now we're looking at 1. How is that 2?
Because I is equal to 1. And
okay.
like what we do here, right, is we say like if this passes, then what we do is we say subset dot push back nums I.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
So then like what I could do, for example, is let's see. So in this case, I'll do std cout and then nums I, and then I'll also do std string I. We'll do it like this. Okay. Yeah. So then we'll have the index printing and then the number. And then I will print out this. Okay. So then if I run it, so this should be size t. Nums.size. So then if we look at it here, you can see we have 0, and I'm not returning, or I'm not adding this subset to the overall result here, so it's going to say that it's wrong. But you can see that it's printing out the 0th element 1, first element 2, 0th element, first element 1, 2, essentially, and then second element 3 here. And I should actually, so that this is easier to read for everyone, I'll print out a space here like this. So we have index element, right? So 0, 1, and then we have 1, 2. So first element is equal to 2. And then we have 0, 1, 1, 2 for our second subset here, right? And then 2, 3, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. And this is kind of how it builds it. You're basically taking the binary number, and depending on which bits are set in the binary number, you're corresponding that to which index is allowed into the subset for that iteration.
Right, and how do we get the 0th one again? The 0 element?
Like the one without any.
Yeah, without anything. Yeah, just the empty array.
So that's because we're starting mask at 0.
Right. Okay.
So anything 0 shifted over by anything is still 0.
Yeah.
And then 0 and 1 will always be false.
So then how would it push anything if it's always false?
So for that iteration, it won't. That's how we get the empty one.
Yeah, but don't we have to add the empty set to the result array? So when is it adding the empty set?
So if you notice, I'm not actually adding anything to the result array yet.
Yeah.
So you just do that down here.
Okay. Right, and in that iteration, the subset will be 0.
Yes, exactly. This would be empty.
Empty. Yeah.
And you can see that like on this first std out, right? You see how I have like a new line right here?
Yeah.
It's because whenever I was printing things out, it was never hitting this statement on the first iteration of the outer loop, but it was hitting this like new line print.
Yeah. And shit. What does std move do again? I remember you talking about L and R values, and I remember we talking about that, but what does std move do again?
Yeah, so this essentially is again just casting it to an R value. So it's basically allowing me to access the overloaded function of pushback that accepts an L value reference. So I'm trying to access the pushback that takes T double reference like that, or an R value reference. And that's because it's, instead of copying it, because if I didn't do that, then this would copy the memory from this array or this vector into this vector.
Right. Okay.
But I don't need this anymore because whenever I go on to the next iteration, I'm redeclaring it anyways.
Yeah.
So since I'm done with it, I can just I can directly move the memory instead of copying the memory.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, just like in general, whenever you no longer need something, but you like in one context, but you need it in another context, instead of copying it, you just want to move it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so this is like, and so does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It makes a lot more sense now. I think after I've, got a little bit of experience with bit manipulation problems, that I just like, it does make sense. I just don't think I would have been able to do that like by myself. Like thought about that by myself. Like no chance.
Right. I mean, I think with enough time you might have been able to, for sure. I don't know. I think you've gotten pretty good at bit manipulation over the past few days.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's just like the experience a little bit, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Fair enough. Maybe I should implement it myself now, just to make sure I understand it, right?
Yeah.
So we have our res here. What do we want to do? We want to loop, right? For I0, the outer loop would be I is less than one bit shift left by n. Right, now n would be what in n is equal to numbers not size, right?
Can you share your screen?
Oh shit, I'm not sharing my screen. Hang on. Yo, Leo. Yeah, my roommate's here. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, I gotta ask him something. 1 second, 1 second.
Alright, but
Fuck. Yo, Leo. Can I come in? Bro, I literally walked into my fucking computer that I'm about to sell, dude. I hope I didn't break it.
bro, hopefully he doesn't try to test it.
Yeah, shit. I should probably turn it on now just in case. Dude, I fucking just... Bro, I just smashed into it, dude. Like... Oh, dude, I gotta move this shit now. Oh, my God. Fuck, dude. You think I broke it, dude? I don't know, dude. I'm kind of scared.
Nah, the only way it would have broke is if it has like a spinning hard drive. Does it?
No, no.
Okay.
Let me plug this shit. I'll just make sure it turns on, dude.
Oh, what's up, Llama? Llama's in chat.
Dude, Llama, what's up, bro? Sorry, I'm just fucking...
Oh my God.
I just walked into my computer and I'm about to sell in 15 minutes, so...
You've made 1,550 contributions in the last year on GitHub.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucking dog like that, bro.
Bro, I got 150. You have 10 times my contributions.
Yeah, dude, that's that fucking dog mentality right there, bro. Like, low key, like...
You have good habits though. Like you commit like every night. You know, like I commit like everything in like one in one go.
How much is a lot of commits for a year? I actually have no idea. Like,
bro, 1,500 is a lot.
Is it?
I would say,
dude. So. I don't know, dude. Look at my GitHub, fucking dude. Literally in 2024, I made 500 commits, and then 2023, I made
0,
8, 12, dude.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I only really started programming like properly in the past year, I would say. Like, and literally all these days, bro, that I didn't commit is like me going to visit my girlfriend. Like, literally, dude. Like, those are the only days when I'm not here. Is I'm going to visit my girlfriend. Like, I'm going to visit her tomorrow, so I won't be here this weekend. And I'm going to a baseball game on Sunday. So. But yeah. Anyway, let's finish this because I gotta jump off in a little bit. I gotta sell that computer.
Bro, I have less than 1,000 commits over 10 years on my GitHub profile.
Yeah, but bro, most of these commits are from my Leetcodin repository, dude.
Okay.
I would say probably if I didn't commit, I would probably say I'd probably have 300 commits this year. Maybe 400 if I... Mr. Mystic, what's up, bro? If I'd probably have 300, 400 commits like on my projects if I didn't it doesn't automatically commit to my repo from Leetcodin.
I see.
But anyway. Okay, so that's our outer loop, right? So then our inner loop here would be this is our mask though, right? Yeah, this is our mask.
Yeah. The outer loop, yeah.
Then we can have what? Okay, so it turns on, dude. You think I should plug this fucking computer into the monitor just to check, or you think it's fine if it turns on?
I wouldn't be worried about it. Unless you like fucking knocked it over or something.
Bro, I nearly did, dude. I'm telling you, I walked into it, dude. I weigh like nearly, dude. Did I tell you that I went up in weight too?
How much?
So when I started lifting, before I started lifting 2 months ago, I was 165. Now I'm 175 after 2 months with 3% less body fat.
Damn. Yeah, you've been putting on those gains.
I've made some gains, dude. Low key, like,
Hell yeah.
is less than. We want N here, right? I plus plus.
Yeah. Also, like, just I'll be pedantic, you know, just because like it's good to get into good habits. Like technically, on line 5, that should be a size T, because nums.size returns the size T.
I have to remind me
And
what is
then-
size T again. Size T is an unsigned integer type. This represents.
Yeah, it's a unsigned 64-bit integer.
Right. Okay.
That's just like the colloquial size type in C++. And then technically, like your mask in I should also be size T.
Okay.
Because whenever you
Dude,
shift
these variable
one over by
names in
n-
C++ really fuck with me, dude. Like sometimes, like
yeah, like the type names.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Um,
So what do we want to do here? We want our if statement here, and we want to check. Okay, well, if we want I bit shift right by 1. Dang, I didn't know about that. There you go, llama.
yeah, knowledge drop.
I bit shift.
So
No,
that's
no.
not
What
quite
is it?
right.
1 bit shift by I, right? No,
No.
no. It was no. Hang on. Let me think. Hang on. It was our mask bit shift right by I and 1, right?
All right.
And
But
with
why?
Why? Because we have our current mask that we're looking at. We bit shift right by that mask because let me do it here. So we have 3 here, right? As our mask. Every time we bit shift I here, in this case here, in our 0 case, this would mean here that we would append I is equal to 0, so our first element here. So we would append 1, right? Then we would go to our next iteration where I is 1, bit shift this by 1. This would then turn into 001, right? Our 1 being here. This would be true because we're ANDing it with 1, which would then mean our I is equal to 1 would be true. So then we would append 2.
Right.
That's my explanation. But I don't know how I would say that. Is that a bad thing, do you think, or no? Probably a little bit.
No. I don't know. I mean, maybe think about it more. You know, like it seems to make sense to you, right? Like I think you understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do too, but we're using man. Our mask here. Right, our mask here, we're using this mask here, this 3, because obviously our mask here with 3 numbers to the power of 3, we're going to have 8 different subsets, right? So then our 8 here would be when...
Maybe, here, hold on. Maybe it'd make more sense to you if you wrote it this way. What if you said mask and 1 shifted over by I?
Mask and 1 shifted over by I?
because it's saying the same thing. So instead of like reducing the mask, right, by like, moving the bits in the mask, you'd be taking I or 1 and shifting it over by I. And those are functionally the same thing.
So you're saying a change
Like,
inside this if statement? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like if you wanted to, you could write mask and 1 shifted to the left by I.
I'll leave a comment here. What'd you say? What was it?
Mask
Mask.
and then in parentheses,
One
say 1 shifted over by I.
shifted over by I.
Yeah, and those do the same thing. All it's doing is testing if a certain bit is set in mask.
Yeah.
That's what both of them are really doing.
Okay.
Because like you have your mask. Like think about mask is like 0011.
Yeah.
And then one shifted over by 0 is 1. And then 1 shifted over by 1 is 2. Right? So on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay.
So those do the same thing.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to it because I gotta jump off here in about 10 minutes. So I want to finish this really quick. I gotta sell this fucking computer. I gotta get that cash.
Yeah, so real quick as well, you do need to change your res type because you need a vector of vectors of ints.
A vector of ints. So what we would do, like std vector like this of ints.
Yeah. If you just look at your return type, that's what it's expecting.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. And then here, what do we want? We just want ints here, right? I guess this can be our current, right? Then we can do current dot pushback. We want nums of I, right? And then outside of this for, when we append here, we want to res dot pushback cd move okay, and we want to return our res, right?
Semicolon, but yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling good about that. I'm happy that I could do it in my head too. Think about it the way that we were thinking about it earlier, but okay, sweet. I'm going to show off a little bit of the project because I'm sure you want to see it too, Ethan, in action, dude, for the last 5 minutes of the stream. So I've been working on this today. I worked on the implementation for this game. So obviously, I think a couple days ago I showed all the different tanks here that we can have, but now we have the tank spawning here, and it shoots. But I get this error here. But if I was to get rid of my, for now, we can get rid of my, where the fuck is it, dude? Spawn tank here. What is this? Update tank pathing. Yeah, we get rid of this destroy entity. We comment this out. I'm getting this error here. I'm sure I have to look into the error. I don't know exactly why. I didn't really look into it, but
it's a null pointer.
Yeah, null pointer error. But here they come on the screen. It has a simple pathfinding right now, but implementing this pathfinding took a little bit for me, but a couple hours. But happy about that. It has
a tower closer to them.
What's up?
Place a tower like close to them because like they'll shoot whenever they get in range, right?
Yeah, they will. Yeah. One error I have here is I need to. Actually, good thing I'm showing this on stream. One error I have here is because they lock on here in the path here, right? They lock onto it, but they still shoot when it leaves the.
They never stop targeting it.
Yeah, the range. They never stop targeting. And that's something, obviously, I think that's a simple fix. I think that's probably one simple, like, if statement or something. I mean, I would assume. But, that's one thing that I need to fix up here. That's definitely, I have a bug here right now. But, was happy kind of getting the functionality here. I think the next couple of things I'm going to add is, obviously, I'm going to fix these bugs. obviously set up some proper pathfinding here the way that I want it to go. And then probably set up some like UI stuff, like Ethan was telling me yesterday, set up some UI stuff. So that's probably the next goal. And probably loading in the sprites too. I know that's probably not really that big of a deal right now, but I do want to load in the sprites because I have some like cool little sprites, dude, that I want to add that kind of low-key gas a little bit, but low-key fired it. I have to find them here, and here we go.
So, yeah. One of the main reasons I've been saying to put that off as well is because like the animation system will also be kind of complicated.
Yeah,
like nothing too bad, but
yeah. But I don't know. I definitely would love to see the sprites in, but yeah, it's work in progress. I mean, it works so far, so yeah. So that's it so far. Working on it day by day. So but yeah, that's about it. But I gotta go sell this computer now at the local McDonald's down the road. So appreciate everyone watching and hanging out. So I will be back doing some more project work. I did project work yesterday. The stream was nearly about 3 hours yesterday, but I plan to do like a Leetcodin problem and then do some project work at the end of the stream. So kind of do a little bit of both. So yeah. Appreciate the love, guys. Peace. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.